Good afternoon, nice to see you. Thanks very much for coming along. I realise you had a choice of... Anyway, all that. Right, so we got two choices. We could either beat around the bush a bit, or we could get straight to the meat. Which would you like? Meat? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so why am I here? Thank you. Why am I here? I've been speaking for about 35 years. 25 have been in employment with big insurance companies and financial services, doing sales seminars, workshops, loads of corporate type speaking. 15 years on my own, predominantly on social media and internet marketing. I founded a social networking site for financial advisors. It's like a cross between LinkedIn and Facebook, but nothing like as much fun. Very focused, very niche. If you found a social networking site, you get asked to speak on social media. And I've kind of expanded that niche, and I think the message today about social media is dominate your niche. If you are an expert or a consultant in a particular area, don't be a needle in a haystack. Be the haystack, yeah? Dominate your niche. And the great thing about social media, there are tools like hashtags that enable you to help you actually do that. So dominate your niche. I do quite a lot in financial services, but I also do other regulated industries as well. Any industry that finds social media quite hard going. Any industry that says, oh, we're not allowed to do that. Yes, you are. You know, there's all sorts of conflicting opinion about what you can and do. So the regulated industries, I also do quite a bit in the automotive industry, and there are the automotive industry real questions. They are being hit hard on social media right now, as you can well imagine. And I also got a nice little niche of social media in Indian tourism as well, which is just a lovely niche to do. Across Twitter, 2 Twitter accounts, I've got about 16,000 followers. On LinkedIn, between a couple of groups, I've got about 30,000 subscribers. And our social networking site has got a real niche audience of about 11,000 financial advisors. So I kind of know the niche that I'm going at. And the way I present myself to the world is through a combination of live marketing, speaking, doing what we're doing right now, and using the internet as much as I possibly can. But one thing about social media is that when we start talking about it, people automatically think, well, we're going to talk about sales and marketing, which is, yeah, you can do that. But really, I think we've got to a point with social media now that it is part of your proposition. It's not just an add-on thing that you do that might get you some attention. Social media, and particularly in this profession, the speaking profession, social media is core to getting across what you do and your expertise, but not as promotion, but as it's part of your value. We heard yesterday about 80% of your work should be pre-sale value, with 20% on the day and afterwards, and social media is that pre-sale in many words. Prove to people that you have resources, expertise, tips, links, ideas, stuff, value, and communicate it through social media. Okay, so think of it as part of your proposition, not just as marketing. Okay, so let's look at LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, because I reckon I get 90 to 95% of my new speaking work from LinkedIn alone. So why LinkedIn? Well, people tend to look at LinkedIn as a fancy job site, yeah? It's not a job site. Not anymore is it a job site. LinkedIn is a real-time networking platform that is about managing your professional identity and your credibility. It's not your CV, it's not your resume. Equally, it's not a circus poster. It's got to communicate your value and your expertise in as professional way as possible. But there's some clever ways to do that, which most people don't know about. So the first thing we need to really nail with LinkedIn is your personal profile. The biggest single mistake that people make on LinkedIn is not completely filling out their profile. Most people's profiles are half completed, 3/4 completed. You've really got to complete it in detail. So this could take you a long time, but they help you. They ask you some questions, just answer the questions. There's a fishbowl thing, and you want to get the fishbowl full. And then the magic happens, because LinkedIn rewards you for filling out your profile in full. And the way it rewards you is by pushing you higher up the search results. Hands up if you ever Googled someone before you met them for the first time. And you don't always find what you're looking for. Go onto LinkedIn, you should find what you want. LinkedIn want people to put as much data on their profile as much. In other words, that when people are using LinkedIn as a search engine, they get value from the results. So they reward you if you fill out your profile in detail. Just do that alone, fill out your profile in detail, and you'll start appearing higher in search results. But there's more that you can do. The next thing you need to do is you must have a really good photo. and it must be friendly and professional and reflect your expertise. That doesn't necessarily mean having a picture of you standing on a stage doing that, okay? If your expertise is leadership, it could a photo that reflects leadership. The photo must be professionally taken. We don't want when kids have taken you with a Christmas hat on or with a barbecue in the summer. Friendly but professionally taken, okay? Really, but don't just put a photo in the photo space. You can now put photos all over the LinkedIn profile. Most of the sections you can upload photos, videos, PowerPoint presentations, PDF files, white papers, you name it, you can upload it. And all the evidence shows is the more imagery that you have on your LinkedIn profile, the more views you get. Everything you do on LinkedIn is designed to get people to look at your profile. But when you put every single job you've had, get a photo on there or get something on there, maybe just something. In an ideal world, a photo of you. That's in an ideal. Why is this so important? Because people tend to think about social media, they think it's all about the tech. The tech will get us the business. No, it won't. Social media is actually software that is powered by people. It's a tool that helps humans to do what we already do quite well, and that's communicate. There's nothing magical about the platform, whether it's Periscope or it's Twitter or YouTube or LinkedIn. It's the people that are in the activity that really, really counts, that really makes a difference. So get as many photos on your profile page as you possibly can. Something else, upload photos to your profile, you'll get more views just by doing that. Next thing you need to do, you need to get a clean sheet of paper. I need to write on that sheet of paper about a dozen keywords that sum up your expertise, maybe your target market, and what you're about. A keyword does not mean great service. Don't put great service. No one types that into the search box, okay? So we're going to the core of your expertise and your proposition. List of about a dozen keywords, okay? Then put those keywords in order of importance. So the single most important keywords are at the top of the list. The important but less important keywords are near the bottom of the list, okay? Then take the top 5 keywords on your list and edit them into each and every single section of your LinkedIn profile, even the contact section. Okay, get the keywords into every section. Now you could be lazy and just cut and paste the 5 keywords in. That's easy, you can do that. But in an ideal world, we want some nice flowing prose and sneak those keywords in there. The most important keywords need to go in the first paragraph of your summary section. Because you've probably noticed when you Google someone, if they've got a filled out LinkedIn profile, their LinkedIn profile appears high in Google search results, okay? But you want the keywords to be in that search result. When Google comes along and Googles your LinkedIn profile, it doesn't look at the whole profile. It only looks at the top quarter, if that. So make sure your most important keywords are in the first paragraph of your summary section, okay? Really, really important you do that. You do what I've just told you, fill out your profile in detail and add your keywords. I guarantee you will make an immediate and extremely measurable difference to your visibility on LinkedIn. Really, really important you get that bit right. Most people don't do that, okay? So you do that bit, you're way ahead of everybody else. Okay, what else can we do on LinkedIn? Here's a real clever trick that a lot of people don't know about this one. You go further down your profile, there's a bit called additional information, and you can add in your interests. So if you're into photography, you put photography, comma, red wine, comma, walking, comma. Okay, so put lots of them in. Also put a couple of keywords in there as well. Okay, then something really clever happens. You can then find other people who've got the same thing in common. So you could click on the word photography. LinkedIn will then find everybody else who's got photography on their profile. That's fine if you want to meet up with photographers, but maybe we want to find some meeting planners who are into photography. So I did this. I do yoga, okay? So I clicked on the word yoga. It lists out everybody else on LinkedIn who's got yoga in their profile, which is lovely, but the first page is dominated by yoga teachers who I'm not really interested in. I want speaker bookers who do yoga. So I then go to the left-hand side and I add in the industry that I want to find. So I just, top line, I put events services, and I said, let's be lazy and go for just London. So I went yoga, event services, London. Those were my filters. And the 3,000 odd people on LinkedIn who had yoga whittles down to about 8 people. But these are 8 people who will reply to me when I talk to them, because we've got something in common.
You don't mention the yoga, do you?
Sorry?
You don't mention the yoga.
I deliberately do mention the yoga, and that's the point, because hands up if you've ever received a connection request that all it ever said was, I want to add you to my professional connection. We get those every day, do we? Every day, yeah, most hours of the day we get them. They're not personalised, most of them, but if you get the one that comes through and it says something that just resonates with you straight away, you've got your attention. I've had people tell me the very first time they sent a personalised connection request based on something they've got in common, they got business. To the financial advisors I deal with, I say to them, financial advice, for crying out loud, how dull are we talking? I say to financial advisors, when you connect with someone, connect at a human level. Here's another thing. You can see on LinkedIn who's looked at your profile. If you pay to use LinkedIn, you can see everyone who's looked at your profile. Okay? When someone looks at your profile, go thank them. Most people never thank people on LinkedIn.
Can you thank as many people as you want?
Yeah. If you thank everybody, you'll never get your work done. But so look through the list of people who's looked at your profile, and if you like the look of them, and you don't go into sales mode, you just go, thanks for looking at my profile, I hope something caught your eye.
On the messaging?
Yeah, just do that through that. Or pick the phone up. That's another thing. Just ring them up. Yeah, just ring them up. No, people are amazed. And I said, and you do real courtesy. I really hope you don't mind. I spotted you on LinkedIn, and I noticed you looked at my profile, which is really, and I'm amazed because we both got yoga in common. And you do what you would do in the real world. I spoke to somebody last night here. I'd never met before, but somebody said to me, "You've got to talk to this person." And you know what? There are conversations you just have to have. Okay, you have to have those conversations. But if you've got something in common with them, just do it. Right. One final thing. We used to say to people, if you're not on Google, you don't exist. Okay? Today, we're now starting to say to people, if you're not on Twitter, you don't exist. Why? Because earlier this year, Google signed a deal with Twitter that when people are searching for stuff on Google, that tweets that have the words they were searching for, recent tweets will come up high in the search result. Now, this has only just started to become rolled out, but if you're already quite prominent on Google, okay, you can search for your own name, and your last tweet will appear almost immediately on there, okay? So this is where you need to start dominating Twitter with your own particular. They're rolling this out, the full service isn't out yet, but you've got to be using Twitter, because tweets, and the thinking behind this is, when people are searching for stuff, some website comes up that you're not sure whether you can trust the website, but we trust as human beings, we trust other people. And that's why tweets are becoming really powerful as search find tools. Okay?